So I am here with Brooke Edmunds, and we are actually at Garland Nursery. And Brooke, you are with the OSU Extension Service, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Now, you did a booklet, a really clever booklet on how to protect your home when there's a fire season around.
Right. So it's actually a little pocket guide that's a mobile app. So you can pull it up on your phone while you're here at the nursery and you're browsing for plants.
Oh, clever.
Yeah. So if you're concerned about making your landscape a little bit more fire resistant, you can download that app and have it right there and pull through those plants.
Well, I think a lot of people think, at least I certainly have, as long as I water, everything is watered, that's good. And there is things, there's hoses, there's sprinklers where we can actually make sure that our gardens are well moist. But inevitably, there are times when that simply isn't enough. But your pamphlet really talks about, or your booklet really talks about choosing smart plants.
Right. So this is really important for those folks that live at that wildland, urban interface area. So if your property is backing up to grasslands, you're in a forested situation. So you think about Portland area with Forest Park there, all the houses tucked in there. That can be really important. If a fire starts in that forested area, it can very quickly jump into the urban area there.
Well, and I think a lot of us too, and I've been guilty of this, think, well, the big fires, they happen over there in Bend.
Right.
Well, that's not really fair. They do happen there,
Yeah.
but they can happen here in the valley as well.
Absolutely, lots of grass fires as well that get started.
Well, so let's look at some of these plants. Now, junipers are notorious, aren't they, for catching fire?
They are if they're not well managed. Really any plant, if it's not well irrigated, it can have a tendency to if a fire comes through. So any area around your home, if you're concerned about fire resistance, you're wanting to keep that very well irrigated. So junipers are okay, maybe not right next to your house, but you keep them in that border zone. They recommend about 30 feet around your house to keep that very well irrigated. Use hardscapes and use some of our more fire resistant plants that we have. So junipers are okay, but maybe not right up next to your house.
So are these some of the more ones that you picked out that are more fire resistant then?
Yeah, these are a couple.
And tell me how that is. How are they fire resistant?
Right, so there's certain characteristics that plants don't have a very thick resinous sap, like some of the conifers, you think about those have that thick sap. They don't tend to hold a lot of dry needles or dry wood inside the plant.
Okay.
Because again, that dry material.
And that would be conifers. A lot of times they do that.
Right. They have really supple leaves, so they're not, these kind of dry plants. They're very moist and supple there.
And even in heat and dryness, this is like a Symphyocarp, I believe, right? It's got a suppleness to it even when it's dry, so that makes sense.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then once you get the concept of the plants that you want to buy, and you can use the app to do that, what are some things that all of us should just be aware of as far as cleanup and maintenance and stuff?
Right, so in that 30-foot zone around your house, anytime you have needles that fall, leaves that fall, during this dry period, you're going to want to remove those from that zone. Because again, if something were to happen away from your home, you want to have that nice buffer right around your home. So trimming out branches, making sure that the plants are well spaced, so that again, if something happens and it's moving towards your place,
there's a buffer zone there.
Exactly. Right.
And I would think even cleaning out your gutters would be smart, so sparks land, they don't catch that on.
Absolutely. So if you're not planting these big, conifers and trees right next to your house, that's number one. But if you do, take those steps. So make sure that any plant debris that's going to dry down, you're going to pull that out. So you're pulling it off of your roof, you're pulling it out of your gutters, you're moving it away from your home.
And where would they find the app?
This can be found in the OSU Extension catalog.
And they can just download it?
Yep, they put it in the little search bar, fire resistant plants for the Willamette Valley, and they can download the app. If you don't have a smartphone, you can also look at a PDF version.
Perfect. Well, there you go. So at this time of year, pay attention to your house, pay attention to your garden, and to help you do that, you can go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over there. You can download that app for yourself. Thank you so much, Brooke.
Thanks.